So, good evening, gents. At least my time. It is early evening, which is a good time to have a look at a nice horror game. And this is a game that is clearly inspired slash referencing the Mandela Catalogue game, which was an interesting game that I never really got into, but I know a lot of people really liked it with that sort of, what do they call it, analog horror, creepy psychological horror elements. I think this game is reaching for those same elements, and that's always good to see. I like it when games try to follow in each other's paths and do more, or at least the same, with certain elements that people have found to be good, to be popular. Obviously, it's a fine line between that and simply copying something in sort of a copyright way, but I don't think that is the intention here. I think this is more a sort of a reference and an attempt to expand on that subgroup of game type. And it seems to be pretty good. Pretty good. It is for a game jam, as you might be able to see, the Spooky 2D Jam, which is a jam I was very glad to see pop up in my feed references, because I'm looking for horror games here in Spooktober, and we seem to have found one. So, what we shall do is we shall run this game and we shall play it for a little bit. I'm not going to try to get through to it. There is only one ending. I think the developer does say that he tried to make more endings but ran out of time because it's a game jam, and that is the nature of game jams, so it's to be expected. There are some credits here and a missing image. So we've got some art credits, we've got some sound effect credits, hopefully nothing that will mess with YouTube at all. Nevertheless, we are going to jump in and do it anyway. So it's Peter Paws. The basic story is this training tape has been issued to verify human integrity in the presence of anomalous subjects known as doppelgangers. So there are doppelgangers, sort of clones, copies around of people, and we have to try and figure them out, or at least fail to figure them out in a suitably psychologically horror-esque way. Well, let's play and see how far we get in the game. I don't want to get too far. The game does start off a little slowly, trying to verify that we are not in fact a doppelganger, but I'd like to get past that a little bit and just see where it goes. But I don't want to play the whole game through, because that's not really what we do around here most of the time. I don't like to play them all through. I like to try and encourage people to come and play it, and that's why I play games that are from the link in the description, like 2 clicks away. So, come and give it a go if you like the look of it, if you want to see how the game ends. So let us run the game. It is clearly a Unity game. I have tried it in Firefox, and it worked just fine in Firefox. We are now trying it in Chrome, and it appears to be working fine in Chrome, so good luck to us. We have a credits button, which shows us the same kind of stuff that we had in the Itch.io page there, except I can't click down here. I don't know why. I was able to in Firefox, so it's probably just me messing around. There is a settings page that sadly only has the volume link and turns the sound off, or at least the background sound. And we have a start button for the doppelganger, so let us click start.
Welcome, participant. Before you proceed, we must confirm you are authentic. You are about to begin the human verification test. Recent incidents have introduced instability among human subjects. Unauthorized replication events have been reported. This test ensures you are not affected. Remain still. Maintain focus on the display. Respond naturally. Imitation is detectable. You can now start the test.
Drawing the real time from my machine. Nice.
You will now complete a reaction time test. When the object appears, respond immediately. Are you ready?
I mean, it asks if I'm ready, but just starts anyway. I didn't actually click anything. So these creepy eyes appear, and we have to click on them as quickly as possible to try and prove that we are human, I guess. This is, I suppose, where it's sad that the developer only has one ending that they were able to make for this, because this is precisely the kind of thing that it is fun to kind of not do, see what happens if there's multiple endings in terms of, you know, failing to prove that we are human. Like what, you know, what happens. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Many, 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 many. Help, help, too many, too many. Fortunately, it's the final reaction test. You can see at the top there's 10 out of 10. And we have, I don't know if the accuracy is if I misclicked one of the eyes or something like that. Anyway.
Reaction analysis complete. Your instinct pattern aligns with the human average, approximately. However, minor synchronization irregularities were detected. Replication interference possible. Please remain calm. Continue standard testing. Do not attempt to adjust breathing. Your vitals are being recorded.
Slightly unsettling face.
Sequence, counting and observation. Visual tracking differentiates humans from mimic entities. You will observe and report. Remember, perception defines existence. Are you ready?
Now we have to count things. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if I like that that voice that's being used these days. It's kind of an old retro one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just realized that you're going to see my terrible counting if we get too far up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I mean, surely like a nice female voice that is still clearly artificial would be more interesting for this. I don't know with modern AI voices. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I think that was 12. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. 2, 5. That was 5 very quickly. 2, 4, 6, 7. I mean, this is almost fun in itself as a minigame. A counting minigame, I don't know. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. I count 15. 1, 5. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. That was 4 very, very quickly. Lots of fun. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. I count 13 there. 13 is a good number to leave on. 2, 4. No. Didn't even wait for them all to get out the bottom of the screen. Only 80% accuracy. I got 90% earlier. I must have miscounted one of the bigger groups. Or maybe I missed one of the quick ones.
Test complete. Responses have been recorded and analyzed. Integrity level acceptable for now. Minor anomalies detected in your reaction pattern. Deviation from expected baseline has been noted. Remain calm. Do not attempt to influence results.
Okay, so we proved we were human.
You cannot proceed to behavioral recognition training. Observe closely. Retention is mandatory. Presentation will begin shortly. Prepare to focus. After the presentation you will be asked some questions. Public Training Archive number A91, Doppelgänger Awareness. This instructional program has been prepared
Is that how you're
by the
supposed to pronounce it?
Civil Protection Bureau. Please remain seated and attentive. If you experience discomfort, visual distortion, or days vu during this presentation, report to your nearest supervisor immediately. What is a doppelganger? Recent reports confirm the appearance of biologically identical entities, referred to as mimics or doppelgangers. Though they appear human, they lack key behavioral synchronizations. Identification and reporting are now mandatory for all citizens. Mimics may display minor inconsistencies. Eye behavior, expression delay, or reflection mismatch. Trust your instinct, but verify through comparison. The differences will feel wrong, but not wrong enough.
That isn't helpful, so
If you
thank you.
suspect a mimic, do not engage in conversation. Avoid direct eye contact. Observe from a safe distance. Report immediately. Do not attempt replacement verification.
Training complete. Next, trust test. Then, difference test. Alright. Can you trust this person? Looks nice enough. The features have been malformed in a world with doppelgangers. No. This person looks nice. I mean, this person looks nice. Yeah, sure. Oh, his eyes are wrong. No, can't trust him. I mean, yeah. Oh, the ear's wrong. I didn't look at the ears. I don't know. I'll just say no. Sure. No, this one has been modified. Yeah. I'm going to say no. Too many big teeth. Wrongly shaped face. Okay, are these identical? So they're both just clearly warped. What a fun game. The hell, man. The hair is different. There does seem to be a difference, but I can't quite tell what it is. Is it about the nose? I don't know. I'm saying no difference. I'm just clicking on one of the pictures or the other picture just to see what happens. Actually, I'm going to stop there. I think I'm going to stop. If I press P, it gets rid of the background sound, so you'll have to just listen to me. But I think you can see some of the gameplay there and where possibly it might get creepy and sort of descend into more psychological horror. And there's, fundamental horror and just showing you malformed human faces. Although I hope some of those faces are malformed and I'm not just insulting whoever the model is. But I mean, if I am, then the game was first, so it's the game's fault. Anyway, that is all the gameplay I'm showing. If you are just here for the gameplay, please come and click on the link in the description. Come and play this game. Come and give the dev some love. Come and see how it does in the game Jam. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to drive that YouTube engagement, both for me and for you. Train that algorithm as to the stuff you want to see. So yeah, if you are just here for the gameplay, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. If you are here for the critiques, well, I don't think there's too many critiques I can give in the sort of the game design here. It is a pretty solid design to a pretty solid kind of horror concept, a horror mechanism, largely driven by, I think, the Mandela Catalogue and games like that. So it's on a solid platform here. So I don't think the critique should be from that direction. I think it's in terms of sort of minor details that I have. Well, anyway, let's talk about the UI first. Obviously, we don't have the full set of quality of life sound controls that I'd like to see. All we have is an overall volume button, but that's fine. I mean, at least there's something. There was a credits button and then the start game button. So I mean, there could be more elements added into the UI to make it a bit more comfortable for the player, but really nothing too necessary. So I think it's well done there. The sounds are really where I have the first kind of personal criticism. I don't really like the voice, and I mean from the art style as well. I don't really like this old analog styling. I mean, I know it's very popular for the style of game. I know it's very popular for making it easy to have the weird pictures and things come into it, because how is the picture actually weird? Is it just the context and the styling of the kind of the terminal that we're looking at it through in the game world? These are questions that you kind of ask yourself, and it adds to that sense of something not being quite right, but you're not entirely sure about it, and that rises the anxiety and gives a lot of the horror effect, which is how a lot of the horror mechanisms for games like this actually work. Is that you can have a horror game where there's a big scary monster and he's coming at you, or you can have a horror game where there's just something unsettlingly wrong, something weird, something creepy. Those are a lot harder to do, and that's what games like this are supposed to try and create, that sense of wrongness that isn't obvious. And I suppose that's kind of where the doppelganger mythology, the idea of doppelgangers in horror myth comes from as well, because it is that this is a person that but there's something not quite right. And that creepiness is very, very effective. It's quite popular, especially in Western horror movies. Well, I suppose actually Eastern horror movies as well. And it is good. It is effective. So this artwork, this design of this sort of old retro terminal is intended to not to much cause that, but give a lot of allowance for that. I mean, if you see a picture that's weird in a modern system, you're going, that picture's weird, that's very obviously wrong. But if you see it in a system like this, you're going, is that wrong? You're uncertain. You're not sure what's going on, how much of it is just acceptable in the world that you're now sort of immersing into. So I get that, but I would love to see a game like this represented in a more modern system. I think that would be interesting. You would have to be more subtle with the sort of something is wrong horror styling, to actually bring that trope through. But I think it would be very, very effective if you could get it right. And I think it would be a popular addition to the gaming like this. So, obviously not my criticism, my critique for this game, but for games like this, if you're making one like this, try and give us a good, subtly done, more modern version of it. That would be interesting. And that's the sounds in the artwork. That's this whole context here. What I really don't like is the voice. Again, the voice is supposed to make the setting unsettling, to increase the sense of wrongness. But I think it detracts a bit, because we've all been exposed to really good AI voices in adverts and TV and things like that. Not perfect. We can normally still tell if the voice is AI or not. And I think that ability would be interesting in this game if you made it perhaps a little more obvious that it was an AI voice, but one that's trying to pretend to be human. I think that would, especially if you added that as a plot point at some point, I think that would be very effective. Modern horror using modern situations. But I mean, to match the styling of this game with the sort of the analog interface, I think that analog artificial voice works quite well. And I do very much like that the voice is artificial, because that is it's weird in the setting that you are dealing with humans and not humans. Why is there an artificial voice? I mean, I find that very effective, very powerful. So yeah, and I mean that's really the gameplay, and the immersion elements of my critique. I think that covers a lot of it. I think this game's really good at that kind of thing. But I do agree with those who are saying we wish there was a way to get multiple endings, that you could do things wrong, and the human verification test was a more relevant phase in it, because it's quite long sitting through all of that, and the fact that it isn't actually a phase towards the game ending makes it difficult, makes it hard. But I think that's all the critiques I can give usefully at this point. I think this is a fantastic game. I hope the dev keeps working on it and it becomes more fleshed out, more in depth, more variant in it after the game jam. Because I think this is a serious contender to the same kind of market space as the Mandela Catalogue and similar games. I think this is a good offering, and I would like to see it go further. And that's all I really have to talk about this. I just really wanted to show you guys the game and say, come and play it. It's a good one. It's a good entry for the game jam. Come and give it a go. Come and give the dev some love. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And goodbye.